Hi, my name's Kirsty Adamson. I own Kirsty Adamson Collective, a social media management agency based in Dumfries. The power of networking. Why I'm so passionate about networking is because it really has grown my business to where it is today. A bit of backstory about the business: I started in October 2024. I have had the business now for about a year and a half. I have a social media assistant that works for me part-time, and I have 2 social media interns as well. So the team has really started to grow within the past year and a half. I started my business alongside full-time employment. I did that for 3 months, and then I took the leap and left my stable income to run my business full-time. In no way was I financially stable enough to do that. I probably was just a wee bit crazy, a wee bit sick of my old job, and just wanted to try something new and just really give it a good go. What that did mean was I had so much spare time, so much time to put into the business when I wasn't working for the little clients that I did have. So I really utilised that time, and putting myself in rooms with other like-minded business people was going to be a priority of mine. I then started going to about every single networking event you could imagine. Everything that Dumfries and Galloway had to offer me, I was there. At first, it was really scary. I didn't really know anybody at all. But as you go to, a couple, by your second one, you will know somebody else that was in the room from the last one. And everybody is super friendly and super welcoming because we're all there for the same reason, and that is to make connections and feel that we've got a community going on. So you really start to quickly build that community and find your people. What I started off doing was filming what I was up to in the day, talking directly to the camera. So when I was going to these events, people knew me, even if I didn't know them, because they seen my face and they could see who I was and what business I might have to offer them. Within 6 months of opening my business, my books were pretty much full, and that meant that I could then take on these 2 interns who were students looking for experience, and I was able to give them a bit of experience and they were able to give me a wee bit of help alongside my business. I then got asked to talk at my first event, which was a massive deal for me. Personally, I love public speaking, and after networking so hard for the last 6 months, I felt like I really was proud to be asked and be recognised to be in that position to give others advice. It didn't just stop after my first event. I needed to still keep putting in the work, and still do today. I still make sure that I go to events, see people, connect with people that I've known now for a year and a half, and it's really nice to see how far people have come as well. Networking and seeing how many inquiries I was starting to get from meeting people meant that I needed extra support, and decided to take on my first paid member of staff. This was a really exciting and nerve-wracking time, but I knew because I had such a great support behind me that it wasn't going to fail. So my social media assistant has now been working with us for 5 months and is doing incredibly well and brings so much to the business. My top tips for networking. Networking is different for everybody because it depends on your confidence levels going into something. I am blessed that I have really built my confidence up over the years, so found going in fairly comfortable. But I know many people that have struggled coming through with confidence, and has taken them a lot to put themselves in rooms full of people that they don't know. An example I'll use is I met somebody at a course I was on who was very new in business, hadn't really met anybody yet, and wasn't confident enough to do that. So I suggested we go for a coffee and meet up at some point, and I said that I will let her know of any further networking events that was going to happen. So a good thing to do is to make a connection, whether it's in person at an event or online, because it's sometimes easier to talk to people online rather than in person, because there's no awkward silences, it's messages back and forth. And you could even ask if they want to grab a coffee before the event, or if they want to meet you outside the event to go in together. That's a really nice way to stop that awkwardness and feel like you've got a bit of a buddy going into an awkward situation. This person that I met then came along with me to the next networking event that I went to, and it all took off there. She now is in every single room. She speaks publicly. She is on social media all the time, shouting about her business. And she's recently opened up a second premises because of how well her business has grown from those skills. One thing a lot of young entrepreneurs say to me now is that they wish they networked sooner, because they would have built their confidence up quicker and they would have found connections a lot easier. It's very easy to feel alone when you're in business and when you're self-employed because often it is just you on your own. But going to these events means you feel like you have a community, you have people that understand what you're going through, and all of a sudden that feeling of being alone slowly shrinks. Networking is never going to be an easy thing to do, and some days you're just not feeling it, and that's okay as well. Sometimes I have my days where I'm not ready to face people, I'm maybe too stressed, and it takes me a lot to go to these events. Some days it's exactly what I need to put a spring back in my step. Networking is an amazing way to build your business and build your confidence. So, good luck.